Hello, everybody. Welcome to another day and another after action report from Ukraine. Currently, there are drones and guide bombs flying over Ukraine. Explosions reported in Pavlograd and Kharkiv, as well as half of Ukraine under air alert. Hopping right into the operational information as of 8 a.m. June 6, 2025, regarding the Russian invasion. As always, we start with Glory to Ukraine. The 1199th day of the large-scale armed aggression of the Russian Federation against Ukraine has begun. In total, 204 combat clashes were recorded over the past 24 hours. Yesterday, the enemy launched one missile strike using one missile against the positions of Ukrainian units and settlements. It does not include the missiles from this morning. Those will be in tomorrow's report, as well as 53 airstrikes, including in which they dropped 79 guided bombs. In addition, Russia carried out 5,955 artillery strikes, 84 of them from MLRSs. They also used more than 3,500 kamikaze drones for destruction. Airstrikes were carried out near or in the cities of Ugrody in Sumy region, Orgmivka, Artynny in Kharkiv, Yablunivka, Suky Yar, Pokrovsk, Udachny, Muravka in Donetsk, Olhivsky, Poltavka, Malanivka, Guliopol, Novoandrivka, Kamiansky in Zaporizhia region, the city of Kherson, Vasily, Kozatsky, Orado-Kamyanka in Kherson. Yesterday, aviation, missile troops, and artillery units of the Defense Forces of Ukraine struck 12 areas of concentration of personnel, weapons, and equipment, 6 artillery pieces, an ammunition depot, and an enemy UAV control point. Moving into the individual directions and zooming into the Kharkiv area. Nine clashes took place in the Kharkiv direction in the areas of Staritsia, Voschansk, Voschansky Krutoy, and moving over to Oskil River, Zapydny, and Dovzhenka. Dovzheny on here, Dovzhenka on the map. Heading to the south to Kupiansk direction, where 5 attacks by the invaders were recorded during the day. The Defense Forces repelled the enemy assault actions in the areas of Zapydny, Petropavlivka, Zarazova, and in the direction of Groblubivka. Sometimes I still get tongue-tied on these names. I am getting better, though. Heading further to the south to Liman. Get this to the top. There we go. In the Liman direction, the enemy attacked 20 times. He tried to advance in the areas of the settlements of Grivkivka, Novomir, Rikobub, Karpivka, Zeleny Dolna, zoom in, Lipova, coming down here to Troitsky, and further south to Girogorivka. Jumping down to the Service direction. 3 clashes took place near Verkno-Kamiansky in the last day. All attempts to advance by the enemy were repelled by our defenders. Jumping over to Kramatorsk. Of course, Slovansk, Konstantinivka, and Druzhivka are the main settlements you will hear about, as well as Chasiv Yar. 9 clashes took place near Chasiv Yar, Krudimivka, Pretechny, and zooming in, Bila Gora. Going further to the south to Torets direction, which this area here is now falling under the Torets command, as far as I can tell from the report. The enemy carried out 18 attacks in the areas of the settlements of Divlivka, Toretsk itself, Nelipivka. Okay, I'm going to stop here for a second, and just to full disclosure, Nelipivka, there is one here, but if you zoom in, there is also a smaller settlement called Nelipivka. Which one they are referring to, I am unsure, but I assume they mean this one. Sechirabenivka was the other settlement, and in the direction of Alexandru Kalanova, Yablunivka, and Rusini Yar. Heading over to Pokrovsk. Again, still the hottest area, and has been for going on nearly 2 years now. Our defenders stopped 76 assaults by the aggressor in the populated areas of Poltavka, up here, Mirolubivka, Malinovka. That's a one I have not heard of. I think it might be one of these small towns here, but I'm not sure if it's on this map. Unless they're talking about the Malinova that's over here. Anyways, we'll come back to that if I do come across the right one. Surchenko Parshi, which is this small settlement right here. Elizabetivka, Lisivka, Zirozova, Kotine, Udashny, Novosorhivka, Novo-Alexandrivka, Gorokovo, Nova Ukrainka, I'm not, because of the placement of the name, I'm not sure if they mean this one or if there's another one over here that I do not know about. I don't see one offhand, but you will note that Russia is getting very close to the border of Dnipro. Be interesting to see if Russia keeps their saying that they only want to go to the border of the area, or they push into Dnipro. More on that in the live stream right after this video. Anyways, back to the settlements. Andriivka, Oleksivka here, and of course Pokrovsk. Going over to Novopavlivka direction, the defense forces repelled 26 enemy assaults near the settlements of Bogatar, Rivnopol, Constantinople, Novosilka, Zelenipol, uh, in the direction of Oleksivka, and Kumar. Heading over to Huliopol direction, the enemy unsuccessfully tried to break through the defenses of our defenders 8 times near Malanivka and near Novozlatopol. Heading over further to Orhiv. Let me get this to the top. The occupation troops stormed positions of defense forces 4 times near Stepova, Maloserbachki, and in the direction of Novoandrivka. Heading over to Perniprovsky and Kherson. Perniprovsky right there. Our defenders successfully stopped 3 enemy attacks. They do not give the locations of those, but generally you see them in Andrivka or Ivanivka or Oleshki areas, but sometimes it is just in the Delta River Islands. Moving far to the north to Sumy and Kursk regions. Our soldiers repelled 16 enemy attacks over the past day. The invader also carried out 197 artillery strikes, 5 of those from MLRSs. They also carried out 10 airstrikes, dropping 22 guided bombs. Excuse me. No signs of the formation of enemy offensive groups were detected in the Volyn or Polizia directions. Our soldiers continue to inflict significant losses in manpower and equipment on the occupation forces, actively undermining the aggressor's offensive potential in the rear. Goes into the losses. We'll cover that with a graphic. And as always, we end the report with join the defense forces. Razom Peremožemo. Slava Ukraina. Jump this back over to the air alert map and the graphic for the total combat losses of the Russian Federation. June 6, 2025, 1,199 days. Today, Russia lost, well, I should say actually yesterday, Russia lost an additional 1,160 personnel, bringing the total to 993,910 personnel since the full-scale invasion started. Just 6,090 personnel away from reaching 1 million casualties. There's a milestone for you, Russia. 2 additional tanks, 5 additional APVs, armored personnel vehicles, 44 artillery units, 3 anti-aircraft warfare systems, 173 UAVs, and 101 vehicles. That is the Russian losses and the after-action report for today for Ukraine. I hope it helps you understand what Ukraine is going through in and out each and every day. You know, some people just do not grasp the scale of what is going on, and it is my hope that with doing these videos and reports that some people start to realize how much is being thrown, well, at least in one direction, at Ukraine. Thank you for coming. Please remember to hit the like, hit the subscribe if you're not subscribed, and more importantly, keep supporting Ukraine. Have a good one, everybody. Stay safe.